There are about 15 million crickets in this room. Here, they'll live out their lives freely until they're transformed into food.
The purpose of the condos is to give the crickets somewhere to live, and so generally they are resting inside the condos. They'll come up, have a drink of water, have some food, and then go back down to rest again. It's difficult to perceive how many crickets are actually in a room like this because, of course, they were all living inside their happy little condos. We just take the condo, give it a bang, and all the crickets come out.
Most of these crickets will be milled into a powder that can be used like flour.
It's good. You can't even taste the cricket.
Or you can snack on them whole like chips. This one is barbecue flavored. Though you may be thinking this is a strange choice for food, crickets actually contain more protein than beef without any of the environmental damage.
I remember that 3 years ago, there was this product which looked like chips, and it was meant to punk your friends. And as they ate it, you're like, haha, you're eating crickets, haha, and they would go like, and from that, we went to this chat. We went to this. First of all, I am astonished that I don't see any politicians eating this, right? I mean, it's to save the planet, and all these politicians, like, they constantly want to save the planet, but just don't want to lead by example. The conspiracy, the far-right conspiracy website, the World Economic Forum, just go on their website, you're going to see the most fringe, bizarre, lunatic conspiracies that the world can ever imagine, and they're far-right because they support fascism like no other people. I don't see them eating the bugs for some reason. It's just like they're not the ones that are vegan. I mean, do you know how expensive it is to go to Davos at the World Economic Forums? I believe it's like $30,000 the ticket. And they have like all these beef, rich in vitamin meals that they can gorge themselves, right? But they support that we need to eat the crickets in order to save the planet while they're, of course, fly their private jets and stuff. Now, I personally, I gotta say, I'm not necessarily against eating the bugs. I don't know how they taste like. I'm not gonna lie, like we already eat a lot of insects through food colorants and other things like that, so maybe the taste is acceptable. I have no idea, I have never tasted. I mean, if you look at seafood, some of it, especially clams and other type of grubs, they look icky, but they taste good, right? So maybe, just maybe it is good tasting, but it is expensive. Like I know in Germany, for example, the insect burger that they pushed out is €6 the burger. That is huge. Like a working class lad cannot afford something like this. And this is when you take into account all of the investors. Like it's probably got ESG money being poured into it. It's probably got some government subsidies being poured into it. Like with all of that, it's at €6. It's very expensive. Now, the price aside, I wonder how many people would be allergic to this, right? Because, again, think about milk. You know, like there are big chunks of the population that are lactose intolerant. So if everyone were like we're removing all the alternatives from people and everyone has to drink milk, like you're going to have a lot of people that are going to get very sick. So even with the crickets, I genuinely like don't know, because like in Europe people weren't consuming them at industrial scales before. Like they keep saying, oh well, you know, like in Asia and in Africa and in other places of the world people eat insects. Yeah, like in places where you have the tsetse fly and having a normal agriculture is very difficult. Raising farm animals is complicated because of that. I can see why people would supplement their meals with insects, but even there, the insects are usually as an appetizer. They're being served as an entree. Like, it's not something that is supposed to replace meat. And I want to talk about something else which will probably piss off some of my viewers that happen to be vegan. Like, I know there are right-wing vegans out there. And I personally, like, you know, if it's your choice, that's fine. But from my personal experience, okay, like all the studies and the lab doctor, my lived experiences, as they say, I happen to meet a lot of vegans in my life. And all of them gave up veganism within maximum of 3 years. All of every single one. Like, I don't know a single person that managed to maintain the vegan diet for more than 3 years. I'm not saying that there aren't vegans that can, okay? Like, maybe you're one of them. But I haven't met any. Like, I haven't met any. And all of them gave it up because they were feeling fatigued. They noticed that blood is coming out of their gums. They noticed that they were getting sick more often. That's what they told me. I don't think they have a reason to lie. Okay? So, maybe veganism is for you. Like, maybe you're a type of person that can live the vegan lifestyle. Other people literally cannot. Like, other people just cannot have the same lifestyle. So, meat is essential for some people. And a balanced diet is what most doctors will suggest. Of course, you know, you have the vegans that are like, oh no, well, this is not okay. But what I find interesting is that vegans agree with this. Like, the ethical dilemma between killing one cow or 1 million crickets is just bizarre to me, right? Like if all life is important, you're fine with killing 1 million crickets, but you're not fine with killing one cow. It's just, you know, just like question mark. And I don't know the sustainability of the vegan diet either, because the vegan diet relies on importing certain plants from faraway places. Like, at least in Romania, certain essential things that vegans recommend for the healthy vegan diet aren't grown in Romania. Like, you have to import them from other places. So the question is, where is the sustainability? Because if everyone were to go vegan tomorrow, like the other places which are growing the plants for the rest of the world would be super saturated, because now you have to grow 10 times that amount. But whatever, you know, I'm not going to get into the vegan controversy right now. It's just something that is being pushed by certain elites who I don't see them as being vegan. I mean, when they gather, they don't have the Skype calls in order to communicate with one another to save the planet. No, they take their private jets, they fly at Davos, and when they get to Davos, they don't have a vegan meal. They don't eat the crickets. They don't eat the soy. No, they eat this big juicy steak with a 3-star chef, making absolutely sure that things are being cooked to perfection. I would be shocked to see just how much food the ones at Davos throw away. Like, after the Davos conference, I would tell you I would be appalled if I were to see just how much food they throw away and how much they're discarding. All the while talking about the environment, all the while talking about the sacrifices you need to make, and they're willing for you to make them. Let me know what you guys think, and there's a pinned comment with a tip jar. If you like my channel, please consider contributing, and I shall see you all in the comment section. Take care.